always regards HAF as our parent organization. To give more specific example, most recently we have acquired the tallest, arguably tallest colossus in the world, and HAF is helping our organization to put that name in Guinness World Record. Please round of applause. And we always admire all the advocacy and other help to sustain here. So our relation will be sustainable and durable throughout long period of time. And with that note, I would like to request Mr. Fred Stella to have your remarks about this event and overall experience. Thank you very much.
Namaste, everyone. Let me tell you that the last few days have been absolutely amazing. I'm sorry that more of my HAF colleagues are not here to share this with me. I do have one colleague with me, Geetika, who is right here, and she's going to be staying for a little while longer than I am. And I just want you to know that if you have an opportunity to connect with her before she leaves, she can answer more questions about Hindu American Foundation. So yes, everything that was just said a moment ago is true. We want to partner with you in any way possible to encourage Sanatan environment, to uplift the Bhutanese refugees in this country, and to make a place here at the Om Center where everyone is welcome. Thank you. Let me tell you very quickly how I ended up here on this stage speaking to you right now. It was about 13, 14 years ago, I was invited to a dinner by a friend of mine who was also a white American Hindu. And she invited a group of people who had just settled in Grand Rapids from the Nepali camps. And one of those gentlemen was Achut Katiwoda. And Achut spoke the best English of the people in this small group. And he explained to me the trials and tribulations that all of you had gone through for several years. I had no idea. As you know, I'm sure many of you have to keep telling the story of how you got here to most Americans because they had no clue of how Bhutan ousted you from your country and forced you to live for over 20 years in camps in Nepal. I did not know that, and here I was a Hindu. But again, most people didn't. It was at that point that I decided to go to the board of directors of our mandir, the West Michigan Hindu Temple, and explain that we needed to help this population. I was ordained as the pracharak of the temple, and so I was made the liaison between the Bhutanese refugee community and the Hindu temple. And my work with the Bhutanese people in Grand Rapids was very fulfilling. I made lifelong friends there, and I was thrilled to be able to see some of them here today, or over the last couple of days, especially those who have moved on to different parts of the country. So I was asked to talk about two things, and I will do so briefly. Number one, they asked me to talk about the importance of Vedic civilization. So, I want to pose a question to you. I'm sorry. I don't want to blast your ears out. When you think of people from other religions, and you say, well, what country do you associate Jews with? Well, you might say Israel, but most Jews do not live in Israel. If you say, well, Islam, maybe Saudi Arabia. Yes, but most Muslims don't live in Saudi Arabia. They can be of any ethnicity, the same as Jews. They can come from all over the world. The same thing with Christians. You can't pinpoint a country. However, when you think of Hindus, you think of India and Nepal. You don't think of any other place, even though there are Hindus all over the world, that's true. But you don't think of Hinduism as a religion of many different races. Why is that? Why is it that when you think of Hinduism, you think of India and Nepal, and only them really, unless you're well studied? Very simple. We're the third largest religion in the world, and yet most people who practice Sanatan Dharma are of Indian origin or Nepali origin. Why? Because Hindus do not colonize. Hindus do not evangelize. Everyone is welcome in Sanatan Dharma, but we don't go pulling you in, and we do not disrupt your culture and try to replace your religion. All religions are respected. All cultures are respected. And even those cultures, for instance, in Southeast Asia, that adopted some of the Dharma, they did not lose their culture. They maintained their culture, they maintained their language, and for the most part, they maintained their religion. If they wanted to adopt certain dharmic practices, that's fine with them. And the same is true here in the United States. So many people, they don't become Hindu, but they may learn to meditate. They may learn to read Bhagavad Gita. They may even have a guru. But if you say, what religion are you? They'll say, well, we don't have a religion, or we're Christian, or we're Jewish, or whatever, but we love what the Dharma teaches. So this is very important to know, that we are able to influence a civilization in a very positive way without attempting to convert people, without attempting to change their culture. But I believe we can complement their culture. We are complementing the American culture right now by our presence. You are a great blessing to the American culture. I am absolutely stunned when I look back 13, 14 years ago and see the cramped conditions, the challenges that my friends had to endure coming to this country with virtually no money. And now, guess what? They're all homeowners, and they make more than I do. You guys rock. I am so proud to have any connection with you whatsoever. And I was here a year and a half ago, and they put me on the advisory board to the global org. And I wanted to tell you something. What I told them years ago is, I'm on the advisory board. If you come to me for advice, I will share whatever wisdom I have. I want you to contemplate that wisdom. I want you to deliberate that wisdom amongst yourselves. And then, if you do the complete opposite of what I say, you will be successful. So just know that. Now, there's one other thing that I wanted to mention, and that is the importance of interfaith engagement. I know that you all have respect for the variety of religions that are expressed here in the United States. And a lot of Hindus come to me and say, interfaith engagement is worthless. They don't listen to us. They're all about the Abrahamic religions. We don't count. Let me tell you something. I've been involved in interfaith engagement for 30 years, and I have always made sure that Hindu Dharma has a seat at the table. We have a stake in the conversation. And if we don't engage with the other religions, then they are free to think whatever they want of us with no power influence. So those of you who are settled in the various communities around this country and perhaps in other countries, if you can find an interfaith organization that interests you, I encourage you to engage with them. I encourage you not only to learn about the other religions, and I think that you're pretty well learned in many aspects of the various religions, but you can always learn more. But just as important, you become the teachers. You tell the real story of Hindu Dharma and not the tales that have been made up, if you will, or embellished upon over the centuries by people who are not a part of Hindu Dharma. If you do that, then you will be improving the situation for your children and your children's children. I actually have to leave right now. I've been here since Monday, and I have to get back to Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm leaving like in a couple of minutes. But I want to again thank you so much for the hospitality, for the kindness, for the love, and the spiritual upliftment that you have given me and my colleague Gitaka over the last 3 days. God bless, and I hope we will see you again. Namaste.
उहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो फ्रेड स्टेला उहाँ चाहिँ हिन्दू अमेरिकन फाउन्डेसनको एक सदस्य हुनुहुन्छ त्यो अर्गनाइजेसनलाई प्रतिनिधित्व गरेर यहाँ आउनुभएको छ आई वुड लाइक टु रिक्वेस्ट कृतिका जी टु स्ट्यान्ड अप एन्ड वेभ एभ्रीवान सो उहाँको धर्मपत्नी कृतिका जी हुनुहुन्छ फ्रेडजीले भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँको धर्मपत्नी हिन्दू भएकै कारणले हिन्दू धर्मप्रतिको उहाँको आस्था प्रथमतः जागेको हो ग्रान्ड ऱ्यापिड्स मिशिगनमा समग्र हाम्रो भुटानी दाजुभाइहरूलाई त्यहाँ रहेको हिन्दू मन्दिरमा समन्वय गराउनका लागि फ्रेड र कृतिकाजीको ठुलो हात रहेको थियो र अहिले ग्लोबल भुटनिज हिन्दू अर्गनाइजेसनको हाम्रो सल्लाह पनि हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँले महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो हिन्दू धर्म भनेको चाहिँ हिन्दुत्व भनेको चाहिँ यस्तो हो मानव सभ्यताको लागि मानिसलाई यस धर्मप्रति कन्भर्ट नगरिकन यस धर्ममा आउनु नभनिकन पनि प्रभाव पार्न सकिन्छ र उहाँले गर्व गर्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो हामी भुटानीहरू कति धेरै चाहिँ उहाँभन्दा पनि धनी छौँ अरे अहिले हामी सब कुरामा धनी छौँ हामी धनमा मात्रै धनी होइन हामी मनको पनि धनी भइसकेका छौँ र उहाँ अहिले उहाँको फ्लाइट भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि उहाँ गइसक्नु पर्ने भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामीले उहाँको स्पेस छोट्यायौँ र म एउटा रिक्वेस्ट गर्न चाहेँ यो जुन चेयर छ यो चेयर हाम्रो भजन गायकले भजन गाउनुहुन्छ र हजुरहरूले चेयर खाली गरिदिनु होला सबैजना नाच्नु नै हुनेछ अब यो चेयरमा हामी विशेष व्यक्तित्वहरूलाई राख्दैछौँ सो whoever sitting on this chair please make this chair